Hey, it's Ken from Get English Tips here. Today we're going to look at 10 examples of using formal and informal language in English. Now just remember, formal and informal, both of them can be used, but sometimes only in different situations, and the structure in some of them will be different. So let's have a look at 10 of them and we'll talk you through each one. So ask and inquire. Ask and inquire. We can ask for help, but we cannot inquire for some help. Doesn't sound right. We can ask for some assistance, but we cannot inquire for some assistance. When we inquire, we are looking for some information. For example, I'd like to ask what time the office is open. I'd like to make an inquiry. What time does the office open at? I'd like to ask you a question. I'd like to inquire, not so much. So when we inquire, we will mention the information that we are looking for. I'd like to inquire, what time do you leave? I'd like to inquire, do you have this product? I'd like to ask, do you have this product? So as you can see, if we have the information there, we can use inquire. If it's just general, most of the time we will use just ask. Book and reserve. Now these are very interchangeable. To book, to reserve. So for example, you're on the telephone, I'd like to book a table for 6 p.m. I'd like to reserve a table for 6 p.m. I'd like to book some lessons. I'd like to reserve a time to have some lessons. So as you can see there, reserve, we're going to need a little bit more information. I'd like to book a holiday. We wouldn't say I'd like to reserve a holiday. We would just say I'd like to book a holiday. So reserve is looking for, I guess, an event, where book we can use for events and times. Check and verify. Verify here will be used the same as to confirm, I guess. So I'd like to check your work to make sure it's correct. Maybe you have some errors, maybe not. I'd like to verify that this is correct. I'd like to confirm. So with check and verify, sometimes verify we will need to interchange it with confirm. I'd like to check, do you have this? I'd like to verify that you have that. So you can see the difference again there. You're checking yes or no, and verify yes, do you have it? Yes, you have it. I'd like to check that you have my reservation. I'd like to verify you have my reservation. So you see there it can be interchangeable. Help and assist. These two are very much interchangeable. Remember, help can be a verb and a noun, and assist is a verb. I'd like to ask for some help, which would be the noun. I'd like to ask for some assistance, which would be the noun also. I'll ask him to help me. I'll ask him to assist me. So the difference really with help and assist, help is more stronger, I guess. Maybe there's some danger, and assist is two people kind of working together. So sometimes it can be interchangeable and sometimes not. You just got to be careful with it. Deal with and handle. Deal with and handle. Can you deal with that for me, please? Means can you do that for me? Can you handle this? I'm asking is it going to be too much pressure? Do you have the ability to do it? Can you do it? So when we're saying, can you deal with something? Can you do it for me? Can you handle this? Do you have the capacity to do it for me? So there is a little bit of a difference there. Also as well, if we have the deal with and the capacity, can you deal with this? Do you have enough experience? Can you handle the pressure to deal with this? Can you handle the pressure to handle this? So as you can see, there can be some little bit of a difference between it. So you have to make sure that you are doing it correctly. Tell and inform. Again, these can be very interchangeable or quite interchangeable. We use it when we want to give information. I would like to inform you of the information. I would like to tell you the information. So they're very interchangeable, and I guess inform is a little bit more formal, better English a lot of times than tell. I told him what we were doing on Saturday. I informed him what we were doing on Saturday. So when we're dealing with friends, we will use tell, and when we're perhaps at work or in a business situation, we will use inform. Really good word, inform. Use and utilize. Use and utilize. Can you use this? Can you utilize that? Use would be very normal, everyday English. Utilize, a little bit more formal, a little bit more of a level up of your English. Can you use this appliance? Can you utilize this appliance? Utilize a lot of times, can you make use of? I have some space that you can utilize as part of your office. I have some equipment that you can utilize for your work. I have some space you can use for your office. I have some equipment you can use for your work. So as you can see, they're very much interchangeable. Go and depart. Go and depart. Again, we have to be very specific about what we're doing with this. We can't say, I am going this way, I am departing this. It doesn't sound too good. But what time do we go? What time do we leave? What time do we depart? So again, that would be more interchangeable. Usually in business, for transport, etc., they will always use depart. But just remember, depart and go can be, or go can, we can change with depart, but depart we cannot change all the time with go. So start and commence. Start and commence. Again, this is one of the ones where start we can use in place of commence, but commence we cannot use in place of start. The road starts here, the road commences here. Doesn't sound good. Commence is like the beginning of perhaps an activity or a journey or an event, something like that. But if something's stationary, we won't really use commence. What time does the theatre start? What time does the play start? What time does the play commence? Is very much interchangeable. What time does the exam start? What time does the exam commence? It's not really an event as such, so we would generally use start there. End and terminate. End and terminate. Again, this is very similar to start and commence. We cannot interchange, or we can interchange start with or end with terminate, but we cannot do terminate and end. The road ends here, the road terminates here. Not really. Terminate we will use for something perhaps that is moving. I finished the end of the book, I finished the terminate of the book. Doesn't sound good. Again, end will be a verb and a noun, and terminate will always be a verb. Try and endeavour. Try and endeavour. So try is something that you attempt to do. I will try and do it. Endeavour we use when you are doing it and you continue to do it. I will endeavour to finish the process by 5 p.m. I will try to finish the process at 5 p.m. Try, I guess, I always feel with try is you are going to do it, but you're not going to be successful. I will try to do it, but I'm not promising. I will endeavour to do it means that there is more purpose in it and you feel that you will finish the task. So I will try to do it, I will endeavour means that there's more purpose in that when you are going to do it. So wait for and await. The await is very, very formal and fantastic to use for business. I'm waiting for your reply. I await your response. Much better in business English, much more formal, and I just feel it's better English when you're dealing with businesses. Puts your English up at a higher level. I'm waiting for you here. I will await you when you're speaking with friends. It's not a great one to use. So waiting for, definitely more of a formal, and await, much more formal and really, really good to use in business English. So there you have it. There are 10 examples for formal and informal English. So hope that's going to really help you. And if you have any questions, then let me know below. Let's see if you can make some of your own examples here, and I will check them for you. So my name's Ken. Bye for now.